All right, welcome in everyone to Stream Many Things. My name is Wheeler. I'm your host for tonight, and today we will be painting some minis and hanging out and chilling and vibing. I'm sorry if there's a weird echo for the music. I am playing it on a speaker and I have a microphone, so we're going to continue work on this boy. I picked up some paints today to do a little bit of stuff with it, so I'm really excited. But hopefully we can get him finished today. If not, we'll bleed it in the next episode. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Things to get out of the way very quickly. If you aren't already, please follow the channel. It is free. If you have the financial ability to, though, we would appreciate it if you subscribe to our Twitch channel. It helps just kind of put some money in our pocket and put things more towards getting new paints, getting new items for the stream itself. But don't feel like you have to break the bank for it. Other than that, make sure that you follow us on our socials at StreamOfMT on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm trying to get more active on all three, so just be on the lookout for the content that we've got coming out. And if you could also just head over to our YouTube channel and give us a subscription there. We'd really appreciate it. It's free to subscribe on YouTube, and it helps out the channel. So yeah, that's it. For those of you who are here and hanging out, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. And sit back, relax, and enjoy the chill vibes of music that's royalty free. If you have any questions, please let me know, but don't feel like you need to ask anything. If you're just here to hang out and vibe, that's awesome. Alright, and if you notice, my background's a little different. I have a new setup now, and it's pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. I'm very happy about it. So we are still raising money for the victims of the Marshall Fire. It's !donate, Marshall Fire. The donate will take you to Tiltify. We're at $90 out of $250. So not too much left to go. I'm just going to keep it going until we hit our goal. So it'll bleed into however long it needs to go. But other than that, let's get started. The one upsetting thing about painting and then coming back to it is, unfortunately, when you have paints that you like, you get rid of them when you are painting over things. So I will have to remake some of the paints that I made, especially this gray. Gray really just looks like primer. I might add a little bit of blue in there, like a bluish gray. Unfortunately, I broke off the tip of the thing. I also did pick up a patina today, so I'm going to see how that goes. I think I'm going to do leather for these little pieces. I still need to finish up the beard, and these pieces around here, I'm going to make these brass, and I need to redo some of the brass. So let's start with the brass, which is technically dwarven bronze, but, you know, whatever. I did pick up some paints, like I said today, to make sure that I could do the things I wanted to do. So we're going to go with a smaller brush for this one. Just have to find a brush that'll work. Bronze in some places that it seems to have chipped off of, and also just work on this. Also the hello Michelle, thank you for joining. The QR code takes you to the donation link as well. I hope you've had a good week though, Michelle. super excited too because the person who donated enough to get their own mini, the mini is currently on the printer and printing. Yeah, I feel that. It's hazy as hell outside right now in Colorado. It's supposed to give us a bit of a battering tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to head down to Colorado Springs because one of my dear friends and a very influential person in my life is turning 30. So we're going to go spend his birthday with him and his wife and hang out and do nerd stuff together. 30 is a good birthday. I don't know how I feel about mine. I don't know if I'm ready for it. I still got a bit of a ways to go. I am turning 26 this year though, so passing that halfway point in my 20s. But it's gonna be a blast. He's got some cool stuff going on. We're going laser tagging, which is really cool and fun, and ironically something that Honey was talking about wanting to do recently, so it ended up just working out really nicely. Yeah, I'm hoping. I just want to get past 27. 27's my magic number, and then I'll be happy. Realize that this is probably being covered by... Yeah, I'm trying to beat the Rockstar line. As my mental health took a dive last year, I was like, just let me make it past 27 and then I know my mental health will just come back. Miraculously. Do these little straps on the back with a leather. I still have to work on the hair a little bit, and I gotta go back over this gray. It just looks like it's still the base mini. And then leather here, leather here. I think I'm gonna do a leather pauldron here. But welcome in all of you who have just joined. I appreciate you being here, just painting some minis. If you've got any questions, let me know in chat. And thanks for coming and hanging out. Oh, and then leather on the little banding, but that's going to be like a detail brush thing. I probably won't do that until after I wash everything. But yeah, got snow tomorrow, and then supposed to be some snow on Sunday, I think, too. But it has been so hazy outside. Oh, hell yeah. You need to send me a picture when you have that all together. I am so excited to see that. The convention that we went to this past year is having its convention again in July. And we're not going to the full 3 days because it is on Honey's birthday. But I'm looking forward to going to a convention again. It's been a while. But yeah, that is pretty cool. I'm so excited to see that. I'm super excited too because I got, like I said, a patina for the bronze, which is gonna just look so cool. I'm so excited, and my hair is getting in my face. I really need to. Do something about that, but it is what it is. Alright, so that's Kraken blue. That is gelatinous blue, I think. No. No, gelatinous used the edging. And then, okay. So now I'm gonna go back with that ash gray. That's brush on primer. I think I'm gonna mix a little bit of the ash gray and I think ethereal blue with the skin. I need ash gray and white, because the white's gonna be the hair. Hey, you know, you do what you do in the cosplay world. It's gonna look ridiculously good, regardless. I'm sure this is enough. One of the things I really would like to get, I should put it in Amazon wish list, is a paint vibrator thing that mixes my paints for me, because geez Louise, this is just super annoying to shake these all the time. Ugh. I was gonna have to do it. If this, then that, for when we go live to post on the Twitter. It's up to. It's very cold, so a lot of the paints have kind of congealed together a little bit. And I'm ever excited to get my wet palette in from Redgrass Games. This one I need a little bit of a bigger brush, because I gotta say, I'm ready to have a wet palette and stop adding so much to I think I did the ash gray to begin with, but I think I'm gonna, like I said, add some blue in there to kind of brighten it up, so it doesn't just look straight gray and it kind of mixes with the rest. I might need a little bit more blue than that. Yeah, I need a little bit more blue than that. The gray to still be in there. It's kind of a lower blue, mostly gray. That's better. I'm gonna get you down all the way in the feral, so please forgive me. But really, this is just to it a little bit more manageable to work with. Might need to do a second cut over it, but that's fine. Really what I want to do is just make sure that it ties in and doesn't look like the plastic of the Mini. So I'm just going to go back over it with this color that I've put together and just make it look as good as I can. I got a lot that I have to do today on this guy, most of which is just really highlighting some of the stuff I already did. Making sure that the base coats down properly so that when I put down the washes, it doesn't look like poo. appreciate it. If I lull in talking, it's usually because I'm focused on painting, but get my attention in chat with a question or just a, hey, keep talking. No, remember. Oof. That's okay. That's how I broke the spear off last time. I accidentally bumped into the spearhead. And this guy is not a... I mean, technically speaking, you can purchase it, but it's an STL file from the Loot Studios set Journey to Valhalla, which has a bunch of other cool minis in it, but I wanted to print out, they had 3 giants that you could pick from. One was I think a frost giant. This one's a storm giant for sure. And the last one was a fire giant. I'm pretty sure it was the last one. But they're a subscription service that does STL files based around an idea. I know that sound, but I can't see what happened. It'll show me in a second, I'm assuming. Catch up. Hey! Thank you for the follow. Cascade Crisis Miniatures. I follow you guys on Twitter. In both the accounts. My account and the stream account. I love mini painters and mini makers and every kind of mini thing. But yeah, they're a subscription-based service, and they release sets of minis based around a theme each month. Next month's theme fitting very well into the fact that my entire party in my home game is in a swamp is swamp themed, which is great. I'm super excited to get some minis that I can print out, paint, and throw on the table to them. Wow, this blue actually looks really good. This color is really nice. Just toot my own horn a little bit. It's like I'm good at the weirdest things, like wet blending. Like people are like, I spend years trying to wet blend well, and I'm just like, I'm okay at it, but like I suck at everything else. I think that's good. I know you're not supposed to leave the brushes in the water, but I'm a rebel. And then I'll just take gray from the other side and mix it in with the white until I get the color I want. Was right about here. Don't want to get it in the bronze because that would be unfortunate. Luckily I don't need too much of it, so if it does end up getting in the bronze, it won't be the end of the world, but a lot of it just has to do with this guy's beard, which I'm going to hit with a wash or a contrast paint called Apothecary White. I have paint handles, I just don't use them. I bought one because I thought I needed one, and come to hopefully this is on screen, because... Okay, good. It is. I'm very bad at checking where I am on screen when it comes to painting. Because I'll just get in a groove and I'll be like, yeah, I'm, paint minis. And people are like, oh, well, it'd be kind of good to see what you're painting. And be like, you know what? You got me there. Ooh, that's looking good. I really like the sculpt of this mini. It like made me very happy when it came out. I was like giddy because it was one of the first big minis that printed on my new printer. I was just really excited. Okay. Get some of that white out because it is really overpowering all the detail in his luscious beard. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I picked up some really nice picked up some really nice contrast paints because I'm trying to fill out my already very full paint set with some different styles of paints. I'm really excited for the Army War Painter set that's coming out. I watched a video about it today. They're very similar to the speed paint, or to the contrast paints. They're called speed paints. That's why I just said that. But they are out of stock where I usually get my paints on pre-order, which is Miniature Market. Just trying to get in on some of these cribs. The other thing I need to get soon is like much better lighting, because the lighting in here is better than it was out in the living room, but not as good as I want it to be. Currently it's just a like hanging light thing. But I think that's good on his beard. Also, my hair is getting way too long. My goodness. I'm going to go back over. I'm not going to go over this just yet. Let's see if I can actually take this off. Stick him on. It's probably going to be too heavy. Yeah, oh geez. Yeah. A little too heavy. I'm just going to have to hold him. Make sure my hands are clean. Alright, I am going to need that gelatinous fluid though. Yes, still it's storm drying. I'm still trying to get him finished because I tend not to work on minis outside of Mini Fit and Chill. If I worked on them during Mini Fit and Chill, sorry, give me a second. That way you guys can see the progress of it. But he's coming along pretty nicely. I'm actually not too upset about it. I've almost got his base coat down. Just got some small things I need to hash out, and then should be good to go. I'm not gonna do his underneath. Yeah, I was actually just making a comment about that because I really want to get one of those paint shaker vibrator things. You know, really give my paints a good time. But just so it's a little easier to get this done, because it is painstaking sometimes on my arm to just shake as much as I do. should put that on in the background if it wasn't copyrighted. Alright, I think I'm going to start working on the leather now, because most of the base coat is down. I think the leather's the last thing that I need. Hey, it's okay. There's a bard in all of us, is what I believe. And honestly, when it comes out, it's the best thing. Well, since I can't put you on there, I guess I'll just stick you back on so I can work on you later. Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you. Honey did them for me. And they're already screwed up because I pick up my nails a lot. But I thoroughly I love the color, and it matches Honey's because Honey's are like a day sky and mine are like a night sky. Because she's cute and wonderful like that. Ooh. Oh, shaking again. Probably shouldn't be making that face while I do that. I'm trying to start making this more kids friendly. Like, for fuck's sake, come on. You're all gooped up on the inside. Whoop. There we go. Nice color. Let me get this. Okay. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. That sounds awesome. I would love D&D nail decals. Actually, we met with Satine Phoenix and her soon-to-be husband, Jameson, and he has his nails done all the time, and he has decals that he uses, and I absolutely love them. They're so cool. My dad's always like, why are you painting your nails? And I'm like, because I'm not burdened by the dumb idea of professionalism. It's a little too late. I love when my nails are painted. I think they look amazing. Alright, this is going to be fun because we've got freaking lightning bolts. Harry Potter. Oh, 100% agree. I think that professionalism and gender roles are stupid as hell. I think you should be allowed to wear whatever the hell you want to. You should be allowed to accessorize your body however you feel best represents you as a person, and everyone else who thinks that it's bad can fuck off. In the unnicest way possible. You should be able to enjoy your body the way that you want to enjoy it and show it off to the world. And that's different for everyone, but, you know, that's kind of the point. Everyone's an individual. This with some flush shade. Oh, dang it. I hit it. It's arms a little bit too much. I'm going to have to go back over. That's fine. I'll just go back over. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Yes. Important distinction. But 100% agree. 100% agree. This rigid leather looks so dark when it's in the bottle, and then when it comes out onto the palette, it's just so light. I guess leathers aren't necessarily like super dark. Maybe it dries darker. I don't know. I don't use it all too often. Hey, the subtle ways you can say fuck you to the corporate world are my favorite. Having worked in the corporate world, it's just dumb. I think the tattoo argument in specifics is just ridiculous. I think people can accessorize their body, and like, why would you be upset about someone showing off like expensive ass art in a job? Because that's what tattoos are. Like, I don't understand it. I think it's stupid. And also, the hair thing too, it makes no sense to me. Like, just let people live. Stop trying to dictate what people can and can't do because you feel a sense of authority. Just let people be who they are. You're gonna have a healthier work environment if you do. Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's mostly people who don't have tattoos who are the people who are like, oh, tattoos are unprofessional. Tattoos are unprofessional, my ass. You spend hours sitting in a chair getting work done and paying people to put beautiful art on your body. And you're telling me you don't want me to show that off? Absolutely not. I paid for this. Like, I'm sorry that you're a dick and you think that you can control how I display myself, but like, you can't. You dick. So I'm probably just going to go over this leather with Nuln Oil when I go over the whole thing with Nuln Oil, because it is very fine and I don't feel like going in there with a very specific wash. Yeah, it's like, it's so, people just don't understand how important self-expression is, especially through like your own skin. And it's just, it's so unfortunate. Like, I have a small tattoo. I have a very tiny tattoo that has not been fully completed yet. But Honey will do that whenever she feels prepared for it, because I wanted her to be the person who gave me my first tattoo. Because she's the love of my life. And I want it to not only have meaning, but come from someone who I cherish. But like, if someone told me that I couldn't have that, I would just be like, fuck you. In the nicest way possible. Like, I can't deal with people sometimes who are like, no, you can't do that thing. Why not? Yeah, she gave me my little, my D20. It's gonna be the full set down my arm. It was a little stick and poke. And then I got her a tattoo gun for her birthday last year with the help of some friends. So, yeah. Let's get a little bit of this so I can get it on his little eyebrows. What are you doing? My eyebrows. That's a big ass mirror. I have big ass eyebrows. It sucks again because I keep missing small pieces. I can't see, and I am a stickler for making sure that I have a base coat down on everything. And then looking back over, seeing if I missed anything or if something got covered up accidentally with another color, and then fixing it. His beard looks fine. It's not going to be like grandiosely perfect. I think I need to go back over with some of that Kraken blue on his little cape. Yeah, there are some things definitely that like I used to do a lot of. Like I used to run a lot, and I still do run a decent amount. But like anytime you get numbness in part of your body that you need to use, it's not fun. So I completely understand you on that. I love the sound of my printer going on in the background. Just a Oh, I'm getting brown on the lightning. Lightning's not brown. Lightning is blue. I mean, I guess lightning can be whatever color you want it to be, especially in a fantasy world. We actually had a couple pieces snap off. Like I said, I accidentally snapped off the spear, and I accidentally snapped off parts of his lightning when I was taking the print off the build plate. That's okay. I know these are technically like metal rivets, but I want this to be leather, so it has a bit of a difference on it. And I'll probably come back over and just do light detail work on the rivets, so that way it looks like it's metal. But for now, base coat wise, I'm just going to get down his base, so I can start throwing some of that contrast paint on there. Really getting into the meat and bones of this guy. Hashtag cannibal life. Getting into the meat and bones of this guy. Come on, just let me hit that one little spot. Thank you. Woo! Alright, what is next? Good fellow. Hit up your skin again with the ethereal blue. Ooh. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out. Still got like an hour and 20 minutes. But I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you're enjoying the music. Is this music? Yeah, this is good. And the not very dulcet tones that I have as an individual. Starting to get better at not completely ruining my brush with paint every time I fill it. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna wash this, because wash his skin. I just don't know how I'm going to wash the rest of the colors. Ah! Stay open. Yeah, I've noticed too, like, it's funny, I'll get into the groove of watching, like, Critical Role on Thursdays, and then I'll just kind of zone out and kind of just be able to focus on things a little better. Gonna hit up that with some bronze. Get some of that Kraken blue in there. Oh! But yeah, thank you everyone for being here. I really appreciate it. I agree, Michelle. We do what we gotta do. It's been fun though. It's for sure been like a lot of fun. So, all right. What did I want to do? Kraken blue is what I said. I think so. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, I went to. So, if you've been following along watching these, and you notice my change of scenery around September when we started the stream back up, it's because I moved. But we actually, there's another change of scenery. I'm now in kind of like a office space that we've set up for Honey and I to do like work stuff that we do outside of work stuff. So like she does a lot of TikTok stuff. I do this. So we actually we went to IKEA on like a couple's date the other day. And we were going to get a bunch of stuff, and we found a sit-stand desk that I was like, oh man, that sit-stand desk is so cool. I would love to get one of those one day. And she's like, yeah, that could be something that we look into. But it was like very expensive. And so we went through the rest of IKEA and got to the end. And he was there. We talked to a guy, and he was like, "Yeah, if you're looking for, we were looking for like hooks, I think, for a pegboard that we got." He said, "If you're looking for them, we don't have them. We're not going to have them until October of 2023." And I was like, "Well, that's unfortunate." But we went over there just to look to see what was over there, and lo and behold, there was a sit-stand desk that was the one that I liked. It was in white instead of the black that I originally thought I wanted. But then I thought about it more, and I was like, you know, my PC is white. And it has one little chip in a corner that I literally fixed by putting my microphone holder over it. And we picked it up, and now I have a cool-ass sit-stand desk that is cornered and got a corner so I can have like all of my painting stuff over here, so I can do the stream all in one space instead of having to move everything around, which has been a godsend. It's been pretty swell. So that's my new change in scenery, is a new sit-stand desk that I got, which I absolutely love. I haven't used the standing part of it as much as I probably should yet, but you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But at some point it will drink because it'll get thirsty, and at some point I will stand because I will get uncomfortable sitting. Alrighty, I think the base coat for him is done, except for the lightning, but I have to figure out what color I'm going to do for that. Because I want to do a bluish... Bye, Kat. Thanks for coming in for a little bit. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Congratulations once again on becoming an amazing... well, you are already an amazing voice actor, but congratulations on getting the gig. I'm super excited to hear you and see all the work that you do. So have a good night. I don't want to make it the blue that I've already done. Thank you. I get to say that I know someone famous. Do this mixed with some white, I think. Let's see how that turns out. Might not even need the white. It's already pretty bright. I think I'm just gonna add a little dab. I'm running out of white, but that's okay because there's another white that I want to get that is like widely regarded as the best white in mini painting. So mix this together. See what comes up. Because unfortunately, I don't have a glaze. This is the exact color I wanted. Thank goodness. Sometimes my brain is like, we're gonna work a little bit extra hard for you today. Most days it's not like that, but probably gonna hit it with that blue contrast. Actually, no, I probably won't. Might highlight with a darker blue, which sounds weird to say, but and then come back over that with a white. This guy has a base, so I gotta remember to paint the base lightning the same color. There's a lot of paint right there. I should probably move that around. Jeepers, mister. You're real strong. Funny enough, I had my party face a Hydra recently. Also, I guess, spoiler alert for Hercules that came out in 1996 or in the 90s. If you haven't seen it, there's a Hydra in it. But made the party face a mutated Hydra that was basically the god of some grungs, and they destroyed it and basically obliterated the ideology of a entire race. And the grungs were like, "You're our gods now," and they're like, "No, but okay." And the party was like, do we get cool like god things now because there's a group that idolizes us? And I was like, no, that's not how this works. I'm happy you asked, but no. Not Kuatoa. if you really want to mess with your party, introduce them to a Kuatoa cult, give them the opportunity to become idolized by them, and then haunt their dreams with the prayers of little fish people. It'll show them not to want to play God again. Work on probably the spear after this, just to get it done. You're looking good. So the base coat is done. That is the bulk of most mini painting work, is the base coat. Now I just have to finish the coat on the, we're actually going to go Mithril Silver. I really want to get a better range of metals. I do not have a very good range of metals right now. I have the army painter set, and I'm probably going to pick up some citadels at some point soon. You are sealed shut because I am a yeah, I don't need a lot. I don't know why I just put that much on the palette. But you know what? It is what it is. Let's get this off of here. And we need some Underdark Indigo on this. I was going to do gold, but I just don't think gold is going to look very good because he doesn't have any other gold on him. So let's just go with like a silver. Right? Or just a darker metal tone. Come on, stick to there. So, I'm worried that this is gonna fall off the handle and ruin the work that I do. Heavy enough to do that. Yeah, I think the silver is a good choice. I'm still gonna try and patina it because, like, I picked up an oxidizing paint that shows like the oxidization of metal really well. Because I was like, you know what? Storm giants are constantly wet. Because they literally layer in like underwater caves. What am I going to use this mini for? Who knows? But I wanted to paint one, so I was gonna. This. Sorry if you can't see very well. I'm doing my best right now just to get paint all over the mini itself. I'm going to need a little bit of that Underdark metal. Also, if you came out last night, I'm sorry that you didn't get too much content. Our internet went out because we had our breaker blow on us a few times last night. So I wasn't able to play too much Hollow Knight, but I played a little bit of it off stream just to get a better idea of how to play. And next week we will continue with that playthrough. And I'm super excited about it because it's such a great game. Like, I had heard a lot about it in the past, but I didn't really know how good it was. And then I played it and I was like, damn, this is actually a really good game. And I got recommended by a friend of mine who actually, I need to read something out. So I made a friend on stream, as one does. And come to find out, we're both band nerds. And they are amazing. They are awesome. And they have their own channel to do stuff off, which I love the name of, which is how we got the conversation going. They're called Dungeons and Dating Sims. And they have a cosmic horror sci-fi D&D game that they run that is starting back up on, I don't know if it was the 28th of December. I don't think it was. I think it was the 28th of January. So be sure to go check them out. They are awesome. I've had such a good conversation with them, like outside of streaming. They're just good people. And they're band nerds. Like, what more could you want? Band nerds are awesome. I'm a band nerd, and I hope that you think I'm awesome. But they are awesome. So go check them out. Dungeons and Dating Sims. I'll actually throw a shout out. Into chat. So be sure to check them out, give them a follow. I think they're really close to affiliate right now. So it'd be awesome if we could help them get there. But yeah, just good people. Super excited that I got to meet with them on stream and have a conversation and kind of become really good friends outside of stream. So I wish the world was in a different place so I could go visit some of these people that I've met. But you know, I actually might be able to make it out there. I forgot. I've got a friend who, like one of my best friends, he's in my wedding, goes to Pitt. And we have to make a trip out there to go see him soon. So maybe we will. And of course, Michelle, I have to come visit you guys in the good old VA whenever I get the opportunity to head out east again. I think I'll just do one fell swoop and meet with everyone. Alright. That's not what I wanted. So, he's done with the base coat. I've been thinking about it. I want to make another trip out to the east. I think it'll be a good time. We definitely want to go to New York probably, so we'll see. We'll see what our plans look like when we get there. Alrighty, so next up is the painstaking process of getting this guy washed, which I picked up a couple, like I said, of contrast. That's for Idiot Goblin. That's the patina. This is the one. Yeah, I know. I wanted to see Kelly too. Kelly's been, we messaged the other day for like very briefly, but I miss everyone from the Monday night game with a bleeding passion. So, want to see you all. All right. So this is contrast. So I'm going to get a more cylindrical brush. I can find one that works. It's not too chunky and big. This will be fun. So contrast paint is kind of a mix between like a paint. Ooh, I probably should have wet the brush first. Contrast paint is like a mix between a wash and a regular paint. But really all it does is I wash it across the body and it's going to pick up all the little crevices and help shade specific parts. I will have to go back over the parts that it hits with the base coat color again, because it is going to kind of darken it a bit, but it's really going to help bring out those shadows that really you're not going to see unless you're really close to the mini, especially after it's been painted. So I personally love these contrast paints. I'm very excited for Army Painter to come out with paints like them, because they can kind of do a multiple job or multiple layer paint job with just one layer. That's how cool they are. So this is just going to bring out the like shadows of his arm and some of the very fine crevices that he has, like on the mini itself. I do have to hit up his hand. Maybe a little too much. That is a little too much. I'm just trying to be a little careful so that way I don't get it on any pieces I don't want to hit. But if I do, it's not a big sweat. I can just go back over with the color that it is. But yeah, that's gonna bring out like a nice dark. I may just use this on all of the blue pieces because it's gonna look different for each blue. I'm just being a big baby. I'm worrying about things that I don't need to worry about. Michelle, I did see that you said something about TikTok. Yeah, the dining alcove. That's kind of what we're trying to do in here. We're trying to make it, like I said, a kind of just overall workspace. A space where we can kind of be creative. And I can't tell you guys on stream because Honey is in the other room, and I know that she will probably be a absolute peach and watch the VOD of this. But I'm super excited for her to open her Valentine's Day present from me, because Valentine's Day is like her Christmas, and I got her something really cool, and I'm so excited for her to open it because I know that she's gonna love it. But there are only a few people that know right now, and I'm happy keeping it that way. So yeah, this is exactly what I want. Damn, that guy at the Warhammer shop really knows what he's talking about. I guess he's kind of paid to do it, but you know, a lot of people are paid to do things they're not very good at. Sorry, sir, I gotta hit up right above your eyebrows. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm so excited for this guy to be done. He's gonna look so good. Alright, now I'm just gonna go over kind of everything that's got blue on it with this, with the contrast, so I can get some of that blue out. Yeah, she is the light of my life, and I love her so much. I could probably do to tell her that more. but she is my favorite person. Welcome in to those who are just joining us. I am painting this storm giant to the best of my ability, which is about a year and a half's worth of painting experience. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Bum, bum. I actually might use the Apothecary White on these. So I'll keep this dark blue to the darker blues, and then I'll go over the Apothecary White with this. I'll probably still go over and the Apothecary White is more for like light colors, whites. It's a contrast for whites. But I think it's just going to bring out some really good coloration in the mini. Also, welcome in, Ronan. You missed your shout out. I did give you a shout out. I even shouted you out in chat. But for everyone who was here and heard the shout out, this is the lovely individual who I was speaking about, who has their stream with cosmic horror and sci-fi, which are two things that go very well together. Because, you know, as the saying goes, from my favorite movie like of all time, in space no one can hear you scream, so you can scream as loud as you want. That second part I added on myself. Also, yes, please ship Honey and I forever. I would love that. Forever is how long I plan on being with her, so. I don't know that. Is that a raid? Just Lou Gaming. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you being here. And welcome to all the raiders who are in. I am just painting minis. That's it. I'm just painting minis. So I hope that's what the content you like, because that's the content you're getting. God damn it. Good. This is a storm giant that I've been working on. I started it last week when we had our last mini painting stream, and now I am kind of getting into the finer details of getting him more completed. But thank you for joining. Thank you for rating. I appreciate it. The stream's going pretty well. I've finished the base coat, and now I'm working on the shading of this lovely giant with some paints that I picked up literally like 10 minutes before the stream started. But you know, what's life without a little rushing to do everything that you need to do? Am I right? We're just hanging out, chilling. I said this at the beginning of the stream. We're still raising money for the victims of the Marshall Fire. It's a fire that displaced like 500 plus homes in the Louisville area of Colorado, which is like 10 miles south of my house. So if you have the money to, we'd appreciate it. !donate will give the link, and yeah, there are some incentives. I don't think all of them are available anymore, but don't follow the tipping thing. I haven't fixed it yet. The Tiltify one is the donation link though. This mini specifically is from Loot Studios' set Journey to Valhalla. They're a subscription-based service that does like a set of minis based around a theme each month. Their Journey to Valhalla isn't a monthly one. It is actually one that they released as a separate item. And I love the minis in the set. I think they look absolutely phenomenal. Where did my Apothecary White go? There you are. But yeah, it's pretty swell. I printed it on my. I just bought a Elgu Saturn, and I printed. This was like one of the first prints I did on it, and it came out beautifully. I broke it because I'm a clumsy ass, but you know, it is what it is. That's a donation. $10 donation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's going to the American Red Cross to help out with disaster relief. That puts us at $100 overall. So thank you so much. We only have $150 to go on the entirety of it. Oh, yeah, here, Rob, thank you for coming in. Here, I'll give this to you. Hold on. It was arm day today, so it's got a little bit more of an oomph to it. But yes, thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate it. The money's going, like I said, to the American Red Cross, and they're doing disaster relief. So, yeah, you have helped out a family in need. Trust me. I drove by the other day, and it just looks... I mean, it's weird. I've never dealt with a wildfire in my life, and seeing just how many homes were really affected by the fire kind of made me just a little sad, like walking by. And I just want to do what I can, and you guys are helping me out tremendously by doing that. So thank you so much again. I, as well as the families I know, really appreciate it. So, and I promise you that's sincere. I'm just focused on getting this guy contrasted. It's the first time I've used this gray, so... Yes, I get these arms all from painting. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They are all from painting. I definitely don't go to the gym 4 times a week. Absolutely not. Who would do such a thing? Not me. Alright, we're gonna get some gray on them eyebrows. I'm also going to do this Apothecary White on the lighter tones on the body, because it's just going to give me the shade and kind of gray it down a little bit, which is kind of what I want. Right now I'm just doing it on the hair because it's going to give me that nice old gray look that I want from my old man Storm Giant. Rob, I still haven't looked. I'm going to be honest with you. If I have it, I'm playing Hollow Knight right now on stream because our lovely Dungeons and Dating Sims recommended it. But if I have it, I will set aside time to get on with you and the gang. I will make a character that is just as obnoxious and crazy as the ones that you guys have already created. And it'll be a good time, goddammit. Enjoy your sleep. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the donation. It really helps out. It's really making a difference. I do that all too often. Luckily, it's a pretty solid mini because I didn't make him hollow. But enjoy your sleep. And if you want to see the rest of this, the VOD will most likely be up on Saturday. I'll try to hold myself to that. Oh, Dom? Yeah, that Ranger was so fun to play. I forget how OP Rangers get at high level. He was an absolute baller. And Shane knew it. That's why he mazed me. He had no intelligence. It took me forever to get out of that maze. I mean, it might have also been because Baphomet was the one who cast it, but you know, whatever. Make sure I'm getting all these little areas with this gray. Like I said, right now it's just getting that shadow on the mini that's gonna make it look just absolutely incredible. So, and then once this dries, I will be able to go back over it and hit it with the same tone that the base color's in, and that'll just bring out all the colors that diluted from the gray, which is awesome. I actually love these contrast paints. They are incredible. And the coolest thing about them, I think, has been the fact that, like, there's a lot of minis that I've... Sorry if it's off screen. There's a lot of minis that I've been doing recently that I will just base it in the contrast paint, and it gets the shadows already there. It makes the mini just look absolutely incredible while also saturating it with a color. So like I did for the White Dragon, that's my header on Twitter, I did a blue contrast. To make sure I still have some of that detail. I did a blue contrast to start with, and then basically just dry brushed white over it, and it looks incredible. Yeah, that was fun. Because I think there's a later level ranger feat that lets you get like access to God, what is it? Lets you get access to I can't think of the word. It gives you access to the rogue ability evasion. It gives you access to evasion. So if you succeed on a deck save, you take no damage. And I made him to be overpowered. I mean, Shane was like, hey, this is not going to be like your everyday thing. Like, I'm going to throw shit at you guys and you probably are going to die. And I was like, okay, then I'll just make someone I don't care about dying. I'll make someone that's going to be fun to play. And sure fucking enough, boy howdy was he. He was also really funny to act as. I love him so much. He's such a funny little character. Woo! Ugh. All right. So that's it for that contrast. Now I need my shades. I don't want flesh shade, I want earth shade for the leather, and then I need Nuln Oil for the... And so, like, these are shades. So they're like very liquidy paints that kind of sit in areas to give them a very specific look. And the difference between them and the contrast is a little bit thicker. I actually didn't even completely do this one properly, but say la vie. And what I'm gonna do now is similar to what I just did. I'm gonna take a brush similar to the one I just used. This will be fun. And just kind of put it over places. Yeah. High level characters are a lot of fun. For those of you in chat who have never done a high level run through of something before, I highly recommend you do. I did the One Punch campaign on Table Troops we went through what was it, Tyranny of Dragons, for Horde of the Dragon Queen as 20th level characters, and that was so much fun because it is just so funny to annihilate what was intended when Wizards of the Coast created a piece. So, highly recommend it if you've never done it before. It's a lot of fun to play a 20th level character. I played a barbarian who is based off of what's his name from Game of Thrones? I want to see the big lady. Where's the big lady? I don't remember his name because I haven't watched Game of Thrones in a while. But I based him off of that character, and he was a lot of fun to play. His name was Durant. He was I got some dirty base for that. That's okay. Trying not to get any brown on my lightning. He actually tried to one-shot a half dragon and it didn't work out in his favor and he got really pissed about it. He also apparently just had the raw sexual charisma to impregnate an angel just by looking at her. He was a weird character. He was a really weird character. Not the Mountain, not Bran of Tarth, the Wildling, but yeah, it was weird. Talk to Rob. He's in chat. He DM'd that. And then we had something come up with I don't know. It was weird. It was a very interesting, weird time, but it was so much fun. Alright, next is going to be the Nuln Oil, because I think he's done. The other beautiful thing about the contrast paints is that they dry so quickly compared to washes, which makes life just a little bit easier for me. If Rob's still in chat, I don't know if he's still here. It says he is. Rob, explain yourself. There's no... Oh, Jesus, I keep doing that. It's freaking me out. Actually, I need to go back over... Okay, now I can do it. No, that's not what I want. Now I can do what I want. Or at least start to do what I want. When am I ever really going to do what I want? Truthfully. He's looking pretty cool so far, though. I do like him. The beautiful thing about this Nuln Oil is that it really brings out the metal aspect of the metal that you're working with. I love it. I was balls to the wall, super heavy on it when I first started miniature painting. And then I was like, I can use it for everything. And you cannot shade everything in black because it will not work in your favor. Right now I'm just trying to be careful to make sure that I don't get any in his eye area or anything like that. So I don't know if Rob's here right now, but yeah, it was interesting. He didn't definitely not have a high charisma, but apparently he seduced the angel, so. Yeah, I'm also hoping that I can get my home game up to level 20. Oh, I forgot to watch. That's fine. That's whatever. I'm just going to go over it with Null Oil because that's what I said I was going to do when I first painted it. Home game to level 20 because I've got a lot of stuff that would be really fun for them to go through. Plus, you know, every time I get a new mini that I paint or have the ability to do stuff with, I always want to use it in a game. And, you know, I can't always do that if I don't have, whoops. So, fun enough on this, I'm actually not only going to Null Oil this, I'm also going to patina it. Which is going to give it a really cool look because I was in the store and I was just like, I don't want to buy just 2 paints, let me buy 3. You know, like a madman. And they had a patina there that oxidizes like metallic paints, or at least mimics oxidization in metallic paints. And I was like, I'm going to use that because storm giants make their layers on the coasts and in underwater caverns. And I was like, why would a storm giant have anything that is not in some way oxidized by the elements? Especially if they live down there. Trying my damnedest not to hit spots that I've already hit with another color, but you know, sometimes you just can't control yourself. You gotta touch things a specific way. You know what I mean? Gabagool. I was actually also, Ronan, just talking about the fact that I will probably be headed out your way soon. Because one of my best friends goes to Pitt, and we haven't visited them at their place yet, so. I just think I need to make a trip out east, because Rob and Co. is in Mass. You guys are in Pennsylvania. And Ben and them are also in Pennsylvania. Friends in Connecticut. All my friends are like, we're going to move to the Atlantic Northeast. And I was like, okay, I'm going to move out into a landlocked state in the middle of nowhere where I can smoke weed. Have fun. Ben's wasn't really a specific choice. He just got into med school. And they were offering him the best options for med student. So. The trip out east would be awesome. I picked like the landlocked state. It's literally a fucking square with shit around it. It's so funny. But goddamn do I love it. All right. It is 6:30 already. Jesus, time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, he's actually starting to look into programs to like get his doctorate, and he's looking out east. More east of Pittsburgh. He's actually looking around Rhode Island and stuff. But yeah, he's a good egg. There's a reason he's in my wedding. So, all right. Next on the docket. I honestly don't think I need to do too much to the clothing because it's already, in my opinion, it looks good already. So does the beard. Like, everything looks really good. I'm probably going to go over I might go over this a little bit with lighter blue. And then the metal already kind of got pulled out pretty well with that. Go a little bit lighter on the leather. Maybe do some like bright blue eyes. Definitely go back over this with the blue. But I think the gray down here worked out really well in my favor. Maybe go over this a little bit in white. Yeah. Really all that's left to do is kind of bring the colors back out and send him on his happy way. I think this is the... Yeah, okay, cool. Actually, I do not need that. I need it... Whoop. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the Underdark Indigo on the sash to bring that color back out. Because it is darker, but it's going to be lighter than what it is at the moment. Oops. And what I need for this is a brush kind of like this one that isn't saturated with Ard Coat and made all of the brushes stick together. Something like this, the dry brush that I never gave back to Chris. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm gonna do... Oh, Jesus. Way too dry. Did I do Ard Coat with this? I hope I did. This is just a dry brush. It's a very dry brush. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna take this and wipe it until there's like literally nothing left on the brush. And just kind of put this back up. Oh, it looks so cool. Just very lightly. Same thing on this. Don't want to do it too hard and get it in an area you don't want it. Just want to bring out some of that color again. That looks so cool. I love it. See if I can get most of this off. Hopefully. Should be able to finish him tonight, which is super exciting because I got 20 minutes left. Thank you everyone for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Thanks for chatting with me. It really helps out so I don't feel like I'm going fucking crazy. but it also is just a really fun time to chat with people and hang out. And I'm sorry about last night's stream. Our Wi-Fi went out and didn't really come back. Also, sorry, Ronan, I did play a little bit off stream just to get the hang of it, and I did get a little farther than I had thought I was going to be able to get, but that's okay. I will come back with some newly acquired skills. I just did. It is such a good game. I am so glad that you recommended it to me, so thank you so much. And thank you everyone who voted on our poll for it. It was kind of my first choice, but I wanted to give the option out there for people who may have a different thing. But luckily, everyone seemed really interested in that, which was good. And then Inscription was the other one, and I will probably play that after I've played through this. So, kind of just ended up working out. I got my next 2 games. Heard nothing but good things about Inscription too, so. Alright, so that's it for that. Now we're going to have to go back over this blue. Which I still think I have a... Nope, I do not. I did not put a lot of it out, so... Kraken blue, alright, there you are. The grain is to make sure that I keep that shadow stuff in there, because I really don't want to ruin that. Just want to bring the color back out. I missed normal oil on those. I can tell because they're not dark. Okay, alrighty then. That's it for that. I kind of like him. He looks really cool. I might actually go back over this with the color that I had. Let's see if I can re-wet it. That's enough. Oh, that'll be more than enough. Yeah, he was really fun to paint. I'm really happy that I decided to go a little bit bigger on the minis that I've been painting recently, because painting big minis is a lot of fun. And gives you just more room to like make choices and decisions. Moving away from the screen, I know. I just paint better closer to my body. Yeah, that looks a little better. I like it. Alright, I need that gnome oil again because I forgot to hit the 2 spots. 2 spots. I hate when I do that. So tiny and it takes forever for the washes to dry. Stuff right on top of there. All right, that should do it on that. I like the gray in there. I like the color brought out. Do a little bit of this. I think this is the wrong color. I don't know if I have any of that color out. Because I think I did it in ghostly blue. Underdark Indigo, Kraken blue, Underdark blue, ghostly blue. Here it is. Oh, 15 minutes. I think I can do it. I think. And if not, that's okay. I'll finish it off stream and post a picture of it. I did not finish the base. That is okay. That. This brush. This is the most grayscale blue boy I've ever done. There's so much blue and gray on this. Alright, so a little bit of this. And get most of it off the brush. Got a dry spot. And carefully go over the pieces as to not hit the medallions. Cool beans. Just go back over that a little bit so I can really bring that color back out. Cool. He looks good. He looks cool. Alright. Now, I did the blue on the back. I did his body. Alright, now we gotta do the... gotta do the helmet stuff. Which most of the time you would dry brush or highlight in a lighter color. But I'm doing the same because I want it to be slightly patinaed. Don't know if that's going to bring the paint back to life or not. No, I think it's out. Yeah, it's out. Okay, cool. Yeah. will definitely be tabletop ready. For sure. It's definitely not perfect though. There's very few minis in my set that I would ever take to a competition. My Silver Dragon I would absolutely take to a competition. That boy looks so good. Get a good picture of it, you'll see what I mean with the gnome oil, because it what it allows is when you highlight the metal, it really shows off the aspect of the metal that makes it metal, like that sheen. Okay. So he is. I still need to do a little bit of ground here. He's getting there. Got 10 minutes. I think I can do this. I think I can do this. I think I can. This is gonna be the hard part. Dry brushing is very rough. It's not a light thing that you do, so let's get all of that bronze out of there. Silver. Luckily there's only one part of it that's silver, so I can actually just kind of work over. The same thing on the back. Beautiful. Alright. So last little bit of dry brushing is a lighter brown. Yeah, I can assume. Playing Skyrim like a gremlin versus the very weird chill vibes that we've got going on right now is probably a vast difference. That might be a little too hard, but you know what? C'est la vie. Or as I like to say, c'est la vie. I think this is going to be too light. I don't know. It kind of actually just worked out perfect. That's cool. Oops. Got some brown on the. That's okay. That's what it is. Jeez Louise. Hey, that sounds like a fun time now. Alright, let's get this detail brush in here. And get some little... Ooh, I'm shaking. Ooh, I'm shaking. Ooh, I'm shaking. Get some of these painted little divots. Ooh, I'm shaking. Damn it. Also, if you haven't seen the VOD, I made a really funny, or at least it's funny to me. I should probably just start saying things are funny to me. It's probably not that funny. I made a really funny reference on the thumbnail for the VOD for our last mini paint show. And I will do the same on this one. Ah, I'm shaking so bad. Okay, got the little divots done. That's good. I think I'm actually going to take some of that really light blue that I had that I did nothing with earlier. Oh my goodness, that is way too much. Take a little tiny dab. Fit on his eyes. Jeez Louise, I'm so shaky. That's just his eyes. And yeah, he's pretty much done. Oh, I am gonna do. Go back over that spot I hit with brown on accident. Yes. And then go back over. Probably do a dry brush with the dark blue. So can I dry brush with the detail brush? I bet I can. Gremlin head wiggle detected. I love it. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Just a little light brushing of that darker blue on there to give some depth. Alright, get doing it off screen. I'm so bad at this. Since I don't have a glaze for this, I'm kind of just going over it with a darker blue to kind of give it a depth, since it's not a translucent plastic. And then I'm probably going to do last on this. On this is go over it with it's a little bit of a white to kind of give the semblance that it's like crackling out of his hand. Alright, but he's pretty much done. I just have to add some small final touches to him. I kind of like him. The bottom is going to be what the bottom is going to be. I like him overall though. I like his beard. His beard looks really good. Yeah, I'm gonna let me get some white out. A small bit of white. use this anymore because the detail brush, I'd rather use one of the smaller brushes like this. But thank you for everyone who's joined us. Technically I have 2 minutes, but I'm just going to go a little bit over so I can get this pretty much completed. Just give it a nice little brush over with the white. His eyes look absolutely abysmal, but I'm not very good at the eyes, so let me just see if I can go in with some of this. Actually, for this, I'm going to use the detail brush again. Said I didn't need you anymore. I lied. All right. Cool. So last little bit we're going to do before we head out is patina this bitch. Guy at the store said I could overdo it, so I'm not going to do too much of it. I'm just going to do a light little brushing to the best of my ability. Over most, if not all of the metal. Alright, so we're going to do this. We're just going to do that. That might be a little too much. Oh, that looks so cool. I want it especially around his eyelids. But I want it to be evenly distributed throughout. Again, might be a little too much. Oop, that's definitely too much. And literally all this is doing is giving age to the metal. That's too much. That's okay. Definitely not perfect, but that is a-okay with me. I think he looks phenomenal. He looks so cool. I'm so glad I picked up this patina. Oops, too much. Take a little bit of that and just move it around everywhere. And then do a little bit, last but not least, on this. And then finally, on this. Might be a little too much, but you know, again, oh well. I don't think the patina is going to show up as well on the silver. But I'm sure it'll show up at least a little bit. Cool. All right. So, thank you for sticking around and hanging out. I really appreciate it. I don't know if there's anyone who is streaming right now. Rachel's streaming a little bit. Billy's streaming a little bit. CB's streaming a little bit. Well, Billy's playing some Zelda, so we're gonna go ahead and raid Billy. I will post pictures of this guy up on the Twitter sphere and in our Discord. I think he looks bomb. I think he looks so cool. I could probably hit up the patina a little bit more. Actually, hold on. But thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. If you aren't already, please follow the channel. If you have the financial ability to, please consider subscribing. We are still taking donations for the victims of the Marshall Fire. So if you have the ability to donate, great. If not, not a worry. I always say take care of yourself before you plan on taking care of other people. So, but that is going to do it for me tonight. The VOD will be up on our YouTube, which you should subscribe to if you aren't already. That's free. That's a free subscription service. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll post pictures as soon as he's kind of resin casted back together, looking cool and beefy as a storm giant. But thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys next Wednesday at 7 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. Mountain Time to play some more Hollow Knight. Hopefully our Wi-Fi doesn't go out. Fingers crossed. And the next Thursday we're doing another mini painting stream. And I don't know what I'm going to paint. Maybe I'll print something. Maybe I'll paint it. But for now, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you all next time. We are going to raid Billy, so stick around for that, but you won't see me, and yeah, have a good night.